Okay guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Happy New Year. Today we're going to be looking at smart home technologies, specifically Google Home and the Google Home Mini, the Google Home Hub, and the new Lenovo Smart Display, which is the 10-inch display that uses the Google Assistant and all the Google software behind the Lenovo product. So back there we also have the Amazon Echo Show 2. You can see it's similar to the other Google products in that it has a display. It can also be used as a phone, but you got to choose what do you want to use, the Echoes or the Google, and hopefully I can make that decision easy for you. For me, the answer is simple. It's Google. So looking at the Amazon Echo Show 2, around the price of $229, and this Echo Show here compares to your Google Home Hub, which comes in around $149. You have the 10.1-inch display with the Echo Show 2, and you have the 7-inch LCD display touchscreen with the Google Home Hub here. One of the benefits of the Echo Show 2 is that it does have a 5-megapixel camera, whereas the Google Home Hub doesn't. And you may not want the camera. I personally don't need the camera. And again, the voice is using on the Echo Show 2, that's Alexa, and we're using the Google Assistant here on all the Google products. And depending on which one you use, you'll notice that some learn easier than others and can tell you more information than others. So in terms of the software, what I like about the Google Home Hub and the Lenovo display is that you have access to YouTube, a lot of great music. You have that as well on your Amazon product as well. Okay, but the communications, as far as that's concerned, the Echo Show 2 does have the Alexa video chat, the phone calling, Android only texting. Skype is coming apparently, and you can call to phone numbers with the Google Home Hub. Okay, and again, you can stream your Prime photos with the Echo Show 2, and you can do that same thing with the Google Home Hub with the Google Photos. Now here's where it comes into play for me, is when it comes to the smart home and smart home technology, because my home is smart, and it's smart because I made it smart. So, and how do I do that? People always ask me when they come into my home, is it hard? What do you have to buy? Well, here I'm using, as my hub, I'm using Samsung Smartthings, and I have probably about 40 or so different devices hooked up, whether it be the wall switch or the lights or the sensor, in total about that many. And I have found it much easier to implement total control over the smart home devices that use the Zwave through the Google Home machines here. And specifically, I have found, and I actually love it since I bought it, is Lenovo Smart Display. And I'll show you a couple reasons why that is the case. And we can look at the box real quickly and can bring the product even closer. And you'll see Lenovo's done a great job with this. It's a very nice touch screen. It's high definition. Everything is swipe. Volume control is great on it. And it's got a very nice form factor here. Very clean lines, very neat, elegant, and it feels solid, very solid. Now this is a little bit of a less expensive version, smaller version, which is a lot more simple. You can see, you know, it's smaller, and of course you have the same functions on it, where you can control your smart home. You can do broadcasting, which is a very nice feature, where you can use this as a intercom system. So in that case, you would put, say, the home minis in each of your rooms, and you can say to Google, broadcast, and then it will broadcast to all the rooms. So let's take a quick look at the box here from the Lenovo Smart Display. I picked this up at Costco. Very nice product. It's basically the same as your Google Home Hub and the Home Mini, just a bigger, nicer, and more colorful display and better speakers, I would say. But as far as the technology is concerned, you can, in the software, you get everything that the others have. and that's the ability to control the smart home, your YouTube, Spotify, Google Photos, Chromecast, and so on and so forth. This comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 624 CPU. It's a 10.1 inch screen that's 1920 by 1200 IPS. It's got LPDDR3, 2 gigabytes of memory, and 802.11ab GN and AC, and Bluetooth as well, 4.2, and it's running Android things. There is no battery, so it obviously has to be plugged in all the time. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take a look at it here and look at some of the features it has and what it allows you to do. Specifically, I'm more interested in these features with the smart home. So when compared to the Echo Show 2 and the Echo.net, Google has easily identified my devices, and they automatically show up under my Google Home app, which we'll show you here. So it's automatically showing all my local devices. And it also shows each room. And this is automatic. I haven't needed to add these. It just finds them. And this allows me to control it, the home devices, the lights, through the Lenovo and through the Google Home Hub. So it's quite simple. You have the Samsung Smartthings hub, you have devices hooked up to it, and you then link those device softwares with the Google Home Hub or the Lenovo product here. And you can see here, I can view rooms, and we can scroll through the rooms. And I can control the rooms through here. But what is nice about this compared to, say, the Home Mini is you can see it. You can control it not only by your voice, but you can see it and you can interact with it, which is not the case, obviously, with the Home Mini, okay, or the traditional Google Home here, okay. So for purposes of doing some commands, we will silence these and turn the mic off. We have the mic on here. So I want to show you a couple different features. And let's say we want to know what the weather is today in New York. We'll say, hey Google, what is the weather tonight in New York?
Tonight in New York City, it's predicted to be 38 and mostly cloudy. Right now it's 39 and mostly cloudy.
And then you can go ahead and ask about tomorrow and so on and so forth. You can also ask for directions. You can also look at different recipes. So say you're cooking, you have your schedules on here, you have your time. So here you can see you have some news. I have my schedule here. Again, storage for you, Google Play Music, you have YouTube, and you can ask, different commands for the night. What's the weather tomorrow? Play some relaxing music, and you can explore more things you can do. Some of the other things is you can get some nice music playing, set alarms, find food recipes, check the weather, play videos, manage photos, check the news. So these are all the different features. And what makes it stand so far away and apart from your Google Home Mini or your Google Home is the fact that you can see it and interact with it. And so it becomes more personable. And it learns you, it knows your voice, and you can command it to do things. For example, one of the simple things that I like to do is show people how I can interact with my Google Home Mini as well as the Lenovo display and tell my home to do certain things. Sure, you can go and turn lights off. I can go flip the light off in all the rooms before I go to bed, but why have to do that? I can also do that through the Samsung SmartThings app by simply, setting an automated program to turn lights off in the home. And I can hit that, it'll turn the lights off. Or I can tell Google good night and it will shut off all the lights in the home. But what's beautiful about this is I can set specific names for devices and easily shut them off with just my voice, and we'll show you that here. So let's say it's bedtime and we want to turn off the living room dimmer. I'll say, hey Google, turn off the living room dimmer.
Okay, turning the living room dimmer off.
You can see the Christmas lights are on the tree. So I'll do this. I'll say, hey Google, turn off the Christmas tree.
Okay, turning the Christmas tree off.
Hey Google, turn on the Christmas tree.
Sure, turning the Christmas tree on.
I also have a sensor in the room that detects when somebody walks in here. It also detects the temperature, the noise level, and so on. So if I get up and move right now, it will turn the living room dimmer light on. So let's try that. And you can see the living room dimmer went on. Now this essentially is using a Z-Wave plug that's in the wall for the lights on the Christmas tree, and a Z-Wave plug in the wall for the switch. And this is how you accomplish controlling all the lights with that Z-Wave switch there. And there's also a sensor in here. Now let's take a look quickly at the dining room. And you can see the dining room lights are off. But let's say we wanted to turn on the dining room dimmer or the dining room chandelier. Hey Google, turn on the dining room chandelier.
You got it, turning the dining room chandelier on.
And now our dining room chandelier is on. Now let's turn on the dining room lights. Hey Google, turn on dining room dimmer.
You got it, turning on the dining room dimmer.
And not only that, take a look at this, at the screen. So when you do tell it to turn on the dining room dimmer, it's showing it on the display. And I want to make it go to 100%. So, hey Google, turn off the dining room dimmer.
Okay, turning the dining room dimmer off.
So those are off. Hey Google, turn off the dining room chandelier.
You got it, turning off the dining room chandelier.
And you can see here, you can control the percentage here. And then I can say, hey Google, good night. And it's turning off all the devices.
You got it, turning off 27 lights.
So there it is. This is the Google Home Hub, also the Lenovo Smart Display. And I'm doing this all through the Samsung Smartthings.